this morning, well, it's my morning, we're drinking broth, okay? Microwavable in a cup, all ready to go. And some chamomile tea with some honey. Isn't that fun? Hey, Graceful Lily. Hey, Angie. Ooh, my tongue is starting to feel openness where my socket has opened up from my wisdom teeth. Listen to me very closely. Hey, Rose. Lisa, Tammy, hello. Hold on, let me scroll up. Matt, missing in... Oh, it's truly... Hello, missing in life. Thank you for gathering. Hey, tattoos. Signal holds up, but at least I can see. Are you having storms, Christola? Saying you're having troubles over there? Are you having storms? Is that what's going on over there? Can you hear me okay? Crystal, if you could just go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat to let me know that you're okay, I would appreciate that, okay? For everyone else, I would like for you to gather around. No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool! I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! My Christy, did you get my verification message? Christy, if that's Christy, did you get my message? Did you listen to it? I need verification, okay? Okay. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Jeffrey. Listen up, folks. Listen to it, Christy. I need you to listen to that because I'm not sure what's going on here. But do you want well, let's give you the bad news first. I like starting off with a little bit of pessimism. Fuck it. First of all, look at this. This is one of my favorite cups. Hey, Ash and Emmy. And we're drinking some lavender chamomile tea. Because do you want to know the bad news? Hey, Painfully Happy. Hey, Brooke. Welcome, serial killer. I think you're going to enjoy it around here. Bad. Okay, the bad news is I woke up this morning and something was oozing. I'm just kidding. God, I wish I could hear your responses, your reactions. Hey, Sky Maiden. So kind of good news mixed with the bad news. My pain has like completely pretty much gone away in my dry socket, right? Do you want to know the shitty news? My throat started feeling really scratchy yesterday. Woke up this morning to a burning and like my ears burning, and I thought maybe dry socket had moved to my ears. So unfortunately, I am incredibly sick and I'm staying in today, being incredibly lazy as fuck and drinking lots of fluids. That's not the only good news and bad news. Yay for yes, Gulf Coast Mama, it's amazing. But you know, when you pass one devil up, you gotta take on another one. You feel me? Oh God, yeah, Katie, it was. I don't want to gross you guys out, but I'm gonna say this, okay? Hit a 1 if you've ever had dry sockets. I'm just curious if you could go ahead and hit a 1 in the chat for me. Okay. Hey, Helen Vera. Anybody ever had it? Thank you, Caroline. Strep is going around. I hope that it's strep because when I cough, it feels like somebody's scraping my throat. Slowly and in slow motion with glass in their hands. Okay, not only is dry socket, now this is going to be gross, so I hope none of you are eating. Okay. Hey, break the silence. Listen to me. You don't know what dry socket is? So it's when you get your wisdom teeth removed or a tooth, the nerve can be exposed or the bone or whatever, and it goes like it's extremely painful. I think it's the worst pain I've ever had in my life. Thank you, Christy. I love you. Did you check your message, Christy? Okay. Basically, it's extremely painful, and I have a high tolerance for pain in all ways, shapes, and forms. Wink, wink. Catch me on Grindr. Just kidding, I don't do that anymore. Hey, Amram the bomb. Yes, I was using like a dripper to clean out my socket, but here's the gross part. And no, this is getting off topic of what I wanted to say, but this is the gross part. You ready? When you look up the symptoms of dry socket, you'll see that there's a distinct way to know that you have dry socket, and it's really gross. Anybody know what it is? I'll let you guess first while I fix something. Christy? Anybody know? Recovering from oral implant surgery. Oh my goodness. I hope that that's an easy recovery. I don't know what that entails, but that sounds painful because you got to rip out all your teeth, right? Sweet Bee. The other day I was talking about this. Hey, Sally Ann, I love you. Breath. Oh my God, tattoos. Yes, you're on it. There is a very distinct smell that comes from the socket that I've never smelled in my life and never want to smell again. Okay. I'm an oral hygiene and a hygiene kind of man, and I appreciate good hygiene. However, wait, where'd that comment go? Somebody just said, oh, the oil clove, Sweet Bee said. So I'm stupid. Let me say that first off. Second off, I got essential rosebud oil and I did not dilute it. I told everybody this, I think yesterday, and I stuck the cotton ball drenched in clove bud oil on my socket. Felt like I had 3rd-degree burn for a whole 24 hours straight in my mouth. Okay. Don't try that at home. Don't. Do you understand me? And it was painful. Okay. But I think maybe it cleaned out bacteria or whatever. But yeah, the first couple of days, there's this very distinct, gross smell. Anyways, let's move on from that part. Swish with coconut oil. I oil pull pretty often, but I will do it twice a day. So anyways, yes, I'm sick, and no, I don't have syphilis. Okay, I was kidding about the oozing. Plus, I didn't ooze when I had syphilis anyways. That's a myth. That's a rumor. I oozed when I had the clap. Oh, I'll tell you. Love you too, Sally Ann. Yes, break the silence. I can tell you. What's a weird story I'll tell you by the end of this live stream? I'll give you one, but you got to wait. Oh, actually, no, I'll tell you it right now before we get into what I was going to say. So listen, I will come in close for this one. Anybody been in heat lately? Because I know I sure have. I don't know why. You know, I'll be 40 next year, and you know, my drive is kind of going down, which I need to go get my testosterone levels tested out. But I've been, how do I say this politely? I've been getting aroused throughout the days. You feel me? Hey, Jamie Lynn, it's nice to see you. Love you, Pretty with Pistols. Right now, well, Pretty with Pistols, I'm about to tell you. I subconsciously did something yesterday, and I didn't even realize I did it until I did it. Okay, so anyways, back to me being in heat, right? So I'm not getting it. I'm not sexually active. Erotically charged. Yes, very. You know, and I thought to myself, oh, maybe I'll go home and, you know, knock one out of the park myself. And on my way home, I'm taking my sexual anger out on food. And no, this is completely getting derailed off what I wanted to say, but give me a minute. I'll get to my point on the other stuff. Listen, I wasn't even thinking when I did this. Went into the gas station. I bought me just one glazed donut and a giant stick of beef jerky. Earlier in the day, I have a big thing of whipped cream that I put in my fridge from Whole Foods. It's their homemade, you know, whipped cream mousse. So psychologically, I didn't even realize that I was getting the donut and the beef jerky. And then there was a bunch of cream that I had too. And I was eating my emotions. I was eating my sexual emotions. And it satisfied the hunger. When I came home, I didn't touch myself inappropriately. Isn't that fun? You're not sexually active at the moment, but either I'm pretty sure that's why you're always in heat. But see, listen, folks, if you're not hitched up with somebody already, there's no rush for that. Did you know that you can save a lot of money and time if you just love yourself for 10 minutes? Knock one out of the park and you're good to go. Okay? Do it today and prosper. You won't have to run the risk of domestic violence. You won't have to run the risk of STDs. Unless, never mind, I'm not going to say that part. But you know what I'm saying, right? You don't run the risk of really screwing yourself over when you can just screw yourself. That should be on a t-shirt. Anywho, that was my weird story from yesterday. See? Break the silence. You feel me? Oh, yes. Less drama. Love you, German lady. Less drama. And you know what? Like I said before, I don't like the responsibility of having to make somebody else happy. I think that's a big burden to put on somebody, in a relationship. And I don't think it's very fair. If I ever date again, I only want to see the person I date maybe like once a year, or maybe for Christmas. We'll sit under the mistletoe, make out for 5 hours straight while he opens my present. Unwrap it, bitch. You don't know about anybody else when I think about you. Doing that usually keeps Siren going strong with that stamina, huh? Wow. I told Amber the story about my donut and the beef jerky yesterday. She was a part of that experience with me. 7 years, Barb. Barb, 7 years on the dry spell? Is that correct? You'd buy that shirt in your merch shop. Yeah, I need to come up with more fun merch rather than just being a basic bitch. Because my merch just says, save Robbie. It doesn't say anything fun, except, that's so cool. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jan. You sure rock. Sorry about my voice today, but it's scratchy as hell. Feels like I went to a Pride festival and I'm not going to say the rest. You do the math. More about this from a man's standpoint. Which part would you like to hear? I'll answer any questions you have. Really. Happy birthday to Jan, you guys. Put some balloons and cake in the chat for her. Thank you, Jamie Lynn. I can tend to be basic compared to my community that I come from, because they're all into high fashion and shit. I wear shirts like this that say, this is how I roll. Because that truly is how I roll. Okay, so let's move. Peach, hey! Hey, Ann Nelson. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll just start with this part. Yeah, I'll start with this part and then I'll tell you the positive thing that came from it. So this part's going to start with a little bit of bad vibes, bad news, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and take it up an ante and bring you up on the optimism train going up that mountain, okay? So that we don't need those mountain moves. We're going to climb and then we're going to slowly go back down to earth. You feel me? Are you ready? All right. So there's a really good thing that came from these negative things. And God woke me up this morning and inspired me to do something. And I'll tell you that in a minute if you don't know what it is already. Tattoos, we are not stroking it in this chat. You save that shit for Natasha's filthy streams. Want any part of that? Filth. So anyways. Oh, you have the same t-shirt? So of course, I have been lurking in certain situations on YouTube and stuff, not to be like, oh, I want to hear what they have to say, but just to see what's going on and do what I have to do if I have to do anything legal or anything like that. Well, I've been in contact back and forth with legal stuff, I'll just say that, and trying to get something done as far as somebody who's been harassing me online and lives very close to me. And then another person as well who is using my content for hateful stuff, just being hateful. So this morning I had a really good conversation with somebody who has the power to, when someone uses your content for a hateful purpose, has the power to take it down. However, it's $500 a pop. Okay. So this person that gave me the advice, I'm going to make this loud and clear, because my sobriety is one of the number one reasons why I'm on YouTube and I come on here and I talk about it. And people should be able to feel comfortable opening up about their sobriety or whatever issues and helping everyone without, without having people come in and screw it up or make videos of you or whatever and be hateful, especially when they say, we're going to go for you hard, never stop. So as of recent, I have filed some copyright claims on people that are throwing a fit over it, saying that's fair use, you're going to get in trouble and blah, blah, blah. So I was talking to the person giving me the legal advice this morning. Hey, Jessica. And for any creators out there, listen very closely to this, because this is very helpful information. And then I'll get to the really good part. So if you file hey, Vickery, if you file a copyright claim on somebody who's stealing your content, right? And they're doing it to be hateful and, slandering your name or whatever. And if you file a claim and then they counterclaim it, what they do is they have to put their address in, and then you have to go legal. Hey, Danny. So today I was advised, and this is for anybody else, because these are false counterclaims. Other than going the route of paying $500 to these lawyer people to have each video removed, and that's if they remove it, then they charge you. But they gave me advice first. And the advice is, so I've tried with people that don't want to resolve anything. I've sent cease and desists out via email a while ago. However, what I was advised to do, and this is a very smart idea. So when you do a counterclaim, that gives that person you gave the counterclaim to your address. Okay. And so for that purpose, they do that so that you can legally serve them with papers or whatever. So I've been advised to certify mail. Okay. That way it's validated if it's a correct address or not. So thank you, Angie. This is a good thing, because if that comes back to me, what YouTube will say is if you're using the wrong information on YouTube to either file a copyright or anything, or even a counterclaim, you can completely lose your channel. Okay. So to the people that have done counter claims on me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve papers to these people. If they come back, then it's going to be reported to YouTube, because that will show that it's not a valid address. So I don't suggest lying when you're harassing people on the internet. Okay, because that can come back to bite you in the tushy tush tush. That's exactly what happened to MCF. But yeah, if you're gonna do a counterclaim, you have to put in the correct information so that people like myself can go the legal route. And in order for YouTube to do anything about it, I have to prove to them that the certified mail was not received and given back. So it's a process, but there is good news. So for the people out there that say, you can't copyright strike these people, that's fair use and you're going to get in trouble, it's not. These people just usually get away with it using fake addresses and stuff. But in this case, that's not going to fucking happen. So I'm just saying that to anybody and everybody. Yeah, you agree to it, Katie. That's correct. So that's the negative part of that. And hold on, I need some of my throat spray because it's starting to burn since I'm talking. See, I don't mind them having my address instead of a PO box, but that is a smart idea to get a PO box. So the next part is I wanted to show you guys because, and normally I don't like to show or even read hate comments, but these comments, and it's comments like this that inspired me to do something today, which I'll tell you in a minute. Oh my God, my chicken broth just fell all over my phone. Oh, fuck. Help. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh, God. Sorry about that. Hang on a minute. Oh, God, it smells like chicken broth. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. Hold on 1 minute. Oh. Okay, hold on. My mic got... I apologize about that. I'm sorry. Broth just spilled everywhere. Okay. So now, I know, Amber, that's why you love me, and I love you. Let me show you this. And I'm not doing this to be spiteful, but this was this is one of the comments I got today. And I want to explain something because this is really what inspired me to do something I did this morning. So this person basically is just saying, you know, you're pathetic. There's no clearing the air with, you know, negative situations on here and stuff. But the thing that really stands out to me is when people say, until you, I'm going to read the bottom part, save Robbie, own your addiction and quit blaming others, you will never be sober. Now, I'm showing this. This is normal for me, guys. This isn't something that I'm like, oh my God, look what they said. And I'll get to my point here in a minute. I get so many comments or see people talking, much like Mommy Ramblings right here in this chat of BX Beast Boy, saying, being sober is living a sober life. And, you know, people just saying, sobriety isn't a weapon. It's not a weapon, blah, 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 blah. Listen, the reason I come on and talk about my sobriety is because not only does it help me, but it also helps other people. Now, unfortunately, there's people like Rambler Lady and all these other people that they will sit there and tell you just because you're emotional. And first of all, let me ask you this. Anybody in here ever witnessed someone close to them going through recovery of addiction of any sort? Or you yourself? Hit a 1 if you have. Oh, that's awesome, Adva Lady. Hit a 1 if because I have a question for the people that have dealt. I feel like in some way, shape, or form, everybody's dealt with addiction or somebody that has an addiction. So let me ask you, to the people, hey, Lil Miss, to the people that do know somebody that's struggling, whether it's yourself or somebody else, do you think that there's a certain way and only one way that a sober person or somebody in recovery should act? Do you think there's like a certain way they should act? Because let me tell you something. People think just because someone gets emotional or offended or sad or argue or whatever it is, they say all the time, this isn't how a sober person acts. He's not in recovery. He's never going to get sober and blah, 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 right? There is no right way. That's correct, Candace. And so I sit there and I think to myself, hey, True Busy Mama, first of all, how would these people know if you were sober or not? And my question to the people that consistently bash anybody's sobriety, my question to those people is, do you feel good? Like, let's say you don't, because lots of people say, Robbie is a drunk, or he never quit, or they say I'm faking altogether. See, Alicia, how do you act like you're in recovery? I can tell you personally, from struggling my entire life, that when you're sober, just in my experience, you're probably going to be more snappy, more emotional than somebody who's not sober. And that's because you're dealing with those emotions head on. Head on. Absolutely, Sarah, I agree. It looks different on everybody. So when you're doing that, you're feeling every pain because you're not numbing yourself with anything anymore. Right? Because that's the purpose of substance abuse, is we want to numb ourselves. We want to make ourselves feel better. So when I see, and those are ignorant comments, when I see stuff like that, it's like, the intention is to gaslight somebody. There's no such thing as cannabis disorder. I don't even know what that is. They do have trouble with acting normal because they have been under the influence for so long. Right. So I get on here and I make myself vulnerable because I'm transparent about pretty much everything, except for, you know, what's in the bedroom and all that sort of stuff, in the bed, all that kind of sexual activity. I keep that to myself for the most part, okay? But other than that, there's no, listen, if you think once somebody gets sober, all of a sudden they become a robot, and they're supposed to be programmed to react a certain way, to act a certain way, and that's just simply not the case. So to anybody that sits there and says that to anybody, like, you're not sober, you're not this or that, I feel like that's a big reason why people don't open up about it. You know, and then they'll turn around and say, you're blaming other people. Listen, I'm very transparent. So when I give somebody a reason, they can say it's an excuse or a reason. But I can tell you, in June, when I decided to drink after 355 days, hold on, hulls with broth spilled on it. It's like you crumble. And part of that crumbling, I will say, was from the YouTube platform. And it's not to blame other people and say, this is your fault. But listen, you guys, when I get on here and say, you know, complain, people are bashing my sobriety or whatever, it's because I want them to stop. And I know you can't stop people. But I just ask those people, if you know somebody who's struggling with sobriety or have lost somebody to it or any of that stuff, how would you feel if somebody was online making fun of them for it? Or what if you are on a diet right now? Okay, this is a good example. Let's say you're on a diet and somebody looks at you and says, you're not eating right. You're not on a diet. I haven't seen you lose a pound. You're not acting like somebody who's on a diet. Is there a certain way for that person to act too? Of course, it's offensive. But see, something I've realized since June is, hey, Capri. Something I've realized since June is I gave people too much power, you know, and I gave myself an excuse. I'm like, oh my God, if these people keep doing this, I'm just gonna drink anyways. Because these people are saying I'm drinking anyway, so might as well. And that's truly the reason why I drink. I was so stressed out and I was so sick of videos going around and people harassing me for it. And I was mad at God too. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. That's what I said to God. Seriously, this is bullshit. People are getting, you know, going after me and you're not protecting me at all. But God is that voice inside. And he says, you're doing that to yourself. Words can be hurtful, but if we allow them to be hurtful, right? Someone goes through and not exactly. It is a daily battle that someone goes through. Sorry, guys, my throat is burning worse. It's either from the fires here or I'm sick, but I'm pretty sure I'm sick. Yeah, and a lot of people have silent struggles on here that they don't talk about. Their dirty little secrets. Love you too, Jenny. That's why they have hate for you. You're so real, even are honest about your personal life and voice it. Well, you know what? It's a shame that people have to do stuff like that. And what really, I mean, because I've never got sober on a platform before. In the past, I would always do it by myself, not doing anything. And then you have like people in these comments and they'll say, oh, stop using the throat spray. That's what it is, Christy. They'll say, he's never going to be sober. He's not going to get sober. He's screaming at people and blah, 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 blah. You have to rewind and think to yourself, to these people. I'll keep you in my prayers, Tammy. What? Thank you, Helen. When you're struggling and you're open about it, it is shitty because you're already telling somebody about one of your weaknesses. Okay. And that used to be my sobriety. Over time, it's become my strength and my weapon and shield to protect myself. But I gave too much power to people before and gave an excuse like, oh, they're being mean, so I could just drink or whatever. But that's not the case. That's not what should happen. So as far as allowing words to get to me, I've done that way too much on here. Way, way, way too much. And that's something that I'm working on. But and that's not just for people in recovery from alcohol, but to anybody that sits there and bashes anyone for their diet or whatever it is you're bashing them for. Do you ever stop to think that you could be the last straw that person had for just sending them over the edge and going up binge eating, drinking, going on a drug binge? So I always wonder, like, what is the purpose? Like, what's the end game here? Do they want, because obviously when people don't like you, they want to destroy you, right? Exactly, Julie. Thank you for that. And you're absolutely right. I think it's in my description, Shell. Or who said that? Alicia. They're just so negative. I feel horrible for them because that's all they know. Yeah, I think truly people like that, because when I did drink back in June, they loved it. They loved that I relapsed. And here's the problem with social media that, of course, hateful people and trolls, hey, Sunshine Blanca, trolls don't understand. When I plead and say, please stop bashing my sobriety, please call me anything else, talk about my hairline, talk about something else, because you don't know what that can do to somebody. Okay? You don't know if they're having a hard time that day, struggling or whatever it is. And by people, whether you believe me or not, or think I'm still drinking or whatever it is, you should know that your actions are still harmful. Congratulations for 8 days not drinking, April. Your actions are hateful. And what is the purpose of that? I know the purpose. Congratulations, Kathy. The purpose is to get me riled up. Okay. Because I don't know if you guys watched my channel a year or so ago. I used to drink and stream and cuss people out all the time, and it was bad. So that's what these people want. Welcome, Alicia. Hold on. My throat is really bad. Seriously, all night last night, I was gagging from coughing. But that could really throw somebody over the edge. So is the purpose to do that? And then the thing is, would you like, if you're going through a diet, would you like people to, maybe you were filmed at a wedding or a buffet or a party, binge eating? But let's say you haven't done that in like a year and you're doing great, but people are replaying you on video over and over, binge eating, and saying, this is who that person is. They're a binge eater. Or you get drunk and you drunk text somebody, or you drunk dial, or you drunk stream. And then people will turn around, and no matter how much progress you're making, they don't want that to happen. They will continue to throw your past in your face over and over. Yeah, Christy, I am after this. But I have my little announcement to make after I'm done saying this. Thank you, April. You haven't stopped drinking. Oh my God, Jeffrey, I'm sorry. I get it. I get how YouTube can do that. Yeah, Julie, you know what? When I drank back in June and then the couple times after that, even though it was a terrible experience, like feeling icky and gross and hungover, I loved it because it reminded me. It was just a reminder, almost like I needed a refresher course on how much I hate it. So to anybody, if you ever fall down doing whatever it is you're trying to do, I mean, it sounds cheesy as shit, but seriously, just get back up. But then you have people like on the internet that they want to keep you down. They don't want to see sober. They don't want to see me sober and healthy and strong and not lashing out anymore and fixing myself. They want to define me by drunken past behavior. And then they want to turn around and say, he's not going to get sober unless he gets help. Well, guess what? I haven't had any help except for coming on here talking about it. And I haven't had a drink or a cigarette in almost 2 months. Everybody's different. Some people need a program. Some people don't. I don't. I do better on my own. Thank you, Ash and Emmy. That's very sweet of you. So, reading these hate comments about my sobriety on a daily basis, this morning, I wanted to do something different. And I literally, like, I've been coughing all night and felt like crap, but God again was like, get up out of bed and talk about it or do something about it. And I'm like, yeah, no, God, if I do that, I'm going to end up cussing these people out. So I didn't even plan to do this. Thank you. Thank you, Alicia. I didn't even plan to do this, but God sent me over to Facebook and was like, why don't you just start a group on support and sobriety? Okay. Started the group this morning. So if you guys are interested, this is not just for people that are going through sobriety struggles themselves. If it affects you in any way, family members, anything like that, hold on. I have to cough really bad. Let me grab the link. Hang on. I had to cough so bad that I was dry heaving. I do that when I'm sick. It dries my throat out so bad. Over physical withdrawal for 6 months now, struggling with the mental. I will keep you in my prayers, Ashley, for sure. So if you want to join the group, it's for anybody that needs support. Siren, I agree. People do deserve it sometimes. Okay, hold on. Let me go find the link while I cough. Sweet baby Jesus. Brandon Novak gave me his phone number if I ever needed support. Alicia, my throat has been really dry from the fires. And on top of that, I'm sick. So I'm probably going to have to get off here in a minute because I can't stop choking. But hold on. I want to share this group with you guys. So if you know anybody that is struggling, or you're struggling yourself, or you're a family member of someone that's struggling, you can join the group. And let's see, where's it at? Share, copy link. I'm just going to type group and put the link in there. And then I'm going to pin it to the top of my chat. Isn't that cool? Okay, pin. There we go. Yeah, you know what, Laura? I'm going to get an at-home COVID test tomorrow. I don't feel like going anywhere today. Seriously, you can even hear my voice gets deeper when I'm sick, and then maybe I could talk like this for the rest of the live stream, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Oh God, yes, Brianna, I will be wearing a mask. Benefits of lemon if you can. It's amazing. Oh, okay, for like a cough. One day I realized they really love when I'm down. Yeah, they want to keep you down. They want to keep you there. And it's bullshit. And you know what? That's one thing I hate about the internet is there's no forgiveness. There's no peace. There's no forgiveness. There's no wanting to fix things. People just seriously, they just want to fight consistently. My tooth is doing much better staying classy, the socket. And immediately when it stopped hurting, now I get sick. You know what, though? That would have sucked having this cough while my dry socket was still in pain. Because can you imagine like the vibration from the cough? Oh my God, that'd be terrible. So there was that. And then tomorrow, Ashley is going to be joining me in the evening. And I really hope that I'm like feeling better by then. We're going to be talking about, I named this live stream for tomorrow night, I Blame Chris Watts, the drama, the trolls, and the journey. If you guys have anything that you want to share, because a lot of us came together through the Chris Watts case. So if you have anything you want to share about your experience with ever since you got on here, email me and let me know, because we're going to be talking about that and my experience. And I'm going to be giving you an update on somebody involved in the case. And And then we're going to be having a conversation on why I'm not doing other popular cases. So that's going to be tomorrow night. And then on, where is it at? Next week, I think I scheduled it for Tuesday. They're all scheduled. You could find them. We're going to be talking about the murder of Cassie Jo Stutter, which is a murder inspired by the Scream movies. So fascinating. If you haven't checked out the new documentary, I forget what channel it's on. It's so good. Warm water with lemon juice, honey, and water is great for the throat. I got shitloads of honey in here. Tons. Amen, Jamie Lynn. I'm trying to overcome good with evil. But man, there's a lot of evil when people hide behind a mask, there's a lot of evil done. I really wish YouTube would do like a validation process of validating people's identity before they're able to even come into a chat. Yes, it's going to be, if anybody else has anything to add to it, like I said, you could email me, saverobbie.1982@gmail.com. Because the thing that inspired that live stream for tomorrow was I looked back at my old videos and how, oh my God, how my interactions with people on here has changed. How I've changed the way I talk to you fuckers. I used to be like meek and kind of scared of you guys. Now I tell you to shut your fucking mouth if you're disrespecting me. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me, motherfuckers. Hot toddy. What's a hot toddy? Isn't that alcoholic, or is that you watch the documentary? Oh yes, such a good case. You know what I'm interested in, Lil Miss? I'm interested to see if there's any interviews of these killers, because they were young. What were they, like 17, 18 years old? I want to see if there's any. Thank you for posting the documentary link, Angie. I want to see if there's any interviews with them now, because that was what, back in 2000 and was it 2006 when that happened? Oh, it is alcoholic. Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. There's booze in it. But yeah, I want to see if there's interviews of the guys after they've been in prison for a while, just to see if their mindset kind of changed, because I won't spoil it if you guys haven't watched anything on this case, but just the fascination that, and I want to talk a lot next week about how movies kind of influence people. Because in my personal opinion, I think movies influence people big time. Music too. Hit a 1 if you think a lot of murders are inspired by movies. Or the need to be like a famous killer or something. It's like, you're just going to be sitting in jail. You really want to be famous sitting in prison the rest of your life? Not worth it. One boy is now remorseful and trying to help others. Yeah, I could imagine, because they were so young. And you can tell that they did it because they were obsessed with slasher films. So I don't know if they thought they would become famous and never go to prison, but yeah, they learned that their plan didn't fall through or work very well. Hey, Sunshine. Siren watched the documentary last night. And takes accountability. One of the killers accepts what he did and takes accountability. Tori blames Brian and his mom. Those interviews were pretty interesting, those interrogations. Now I've seen it be so scary. Laugh at what, Katie? Yeah, it's crazy, that case. I'm so interested in stuff like that, because it's like just the mindset behind it, especially for kids that young being influenced by, here, I'll post the documentary in the chat before I go. I don't think I can stay on here much longer. The more I talk, the more it's hurting and I want to choke. Okay, hold on. Let me get the documentary for you guys so you could do your homework. And really you could watch anything on this, but this is a brand new documentary thing that a YouTuber put together just a couple of days ago. And let's see, 1 week ago. So it's called The Disturbing Case of the Scream Killers. And the channel name it's on is Explore With Us. So hold on, let me put the documentary here. Documentary. Check it out. It's really good. Lots of inside deets, lots of interviewing, interrogation videos if you're into all that kind of stuff. Good stuff. Welcome, Candace. Guys, I wanted to stay on here a little bit longer and talk to you guys and maybe do cards, but the more I talk, it feels like I just want to choke. But I love you. And hey, prospective reverends, we're just getting off of here. I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Wouldn't that be fun if you had a really beautiful day? And you know what? Don't be a fucking asshole to people, because I want you to take care of yourself. That way people don't beat you up. So be nice. Wouldn't that be fun? Fucking be nice. You started a 9/11 documentary on Hulu. Hey, I was going to ask you guys, what's the name of it? Someone keeps telling me to watch Catfished. Is that a good one? You guys watched it? 1 out of 10, 10 being the best. Rate it. Maybe I'll watch that while I'm laying in bed. Hatred for others is just a reflection of hatred of themselves. I 100% agree with that. Bye, Helen. Ooh, 8. I'm going to have to see what it's about. Is it about just people catfishing people on the internet? Love you, Angela. I think you would like Dr. Mandel, motivational documentary on YouTube. He covers everything. Ooh, so he has a YouTube channel, right? Dr. Mandel? Oh, okay, Katie, then I'm going to pop that right on. You've watched TV show and it's awesome. My brother keeps telling me to watch Catfishes. Amber, we should watch it together. I'll go lay in bed and I'll put it on. Is it on Netflix, right? Oh my God, I am getting so sick. Now I could feel my nose is getting all stuffed up. Shit. Oh, fuck. Columbine was inspired by hate. Who taught them to hate? I think hate teaches us to hate. I don't think there's one specific person that teaches us hatred. It kind of is self-explanatory and it spreads like wildfire. Hate does. Netflix. Okay, thank you, Georgia. I am going to watch that. Don't take a hot toddy. Oh, no, it's okay, Jamie. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. Oh my God, no Wi-Fi since the hurricane. Well, I'm glad you're safe, Angie. Whole different ballgame. It made me legit cry when as to show more cringe laughs. Yeah, that documentary, the way that and then I don't know if that kid stuttered normally. One of the killers in the interrogation room, he was stuttering like crazy. And I don't know if that was a normal thing for him or if it was because, he was lying because he murdered somebody. You got scammed? Oh, and that's what it's about then. Real catfishing. Ooh, I'm excited to watch it now. Anybody know of any scary documentaries too? I'm in the mood for scary, like haunted, paranormal. It's getting closer to Halloween, so I want to get scared. I want to get scared and march into my bathroom and play Bloody Mary again. Go suck a hammer. Yeah, I'm going to go do that. Inspired the TV show. That's all I'm hearing is good reviews. Hi, Pamela. We're about to leave, Pamela. All right, guys, I really got to go. But I love you, and I'm sorry I couldn't stay on longer. My voice is like, it's ready to jump out of my throat. Okay. Ooh, Ghost Hunters. Ooh, watch the new Conjuring on HBO Max. Yes! Oh my God, I think I still have HBO Max. The only reason I ever got it was because of Wonder Woman. Oh, and you know what I need to watch too? I never watched the Friends reunion on HBO Max. Bye, Soul Survivor. Thank you, guys. I love you. I'm going to go turn on HBO. Ooh, I want to watch The Conjuring. Hell yeah. I want to watch some people getting scared as shit. Fuck them. I like seeing people get scared in movies and in real life. Got some of that spray right here, but I don't know. It kind of feels like it's burning my throat more. Devil made me do it. Yeah, you guys said if you have any good recommendations, put it in my email or Discord as far as scary stuff, because I'm going to be laying around all night long watching shit. Am I planning anything for Halloween here? I think we were planning something with Amber and Lokamai and stuff. I don't know whose channel we're going to do it on, but we wanted to do like a theme where we dress up and we do like I think it was Dead romance comedy characters, dead rom-com characters. But I'll probably do some scary storytelling on here. We're going to do some Siren is going to share his haunted experience on my Patreon, but we're going to do normal stuff like on YouTube, not Patreon, and scary stuff. And if you have any scary stories, let me know of your experiences, because getting into October, I love doing streams like that. And I love watching some scary ass shit. Okay? Wow. You should look into True Case of the Devil Made Me Do It. Oh, there's a real case. Destination Fear. Oh, there's so many. Oh, there's so many. Jinx is good. It's about Robert Durst. One that caught his confession. Oh. All right, guys. I love you. I really got to go. I'm going to go choke. Love you and have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful evening. No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances.